Thanks for tuning in. We're so glad you're here. Tonight, we introduce you to the internationally known motor journalist Neale Bayly. Neale is famous around the world for his articles that appear in Born to Ride magazine and many other world-class publications. He is also a television personality, and Neale can be seen on the Speed Channel as well as on Born to Ride. His articles and programs feature his professional style of reporting and testing of motorcycles from virtually every manufacturer. Neale has traveled around the world in his motor journalist endeavors, but got his start with Born to Ride over 15 years ago. Tonight, we cover just some of his achievements and present his feature on master builder Bobby Fischer of Roaring Toyz in Sarasota, Florida. So stay tuned. It's all coming up right here, right now, only on Born to Ride.
Well, thanks for tuning in to Born to Ride TV. Today we have an international star, if you will, or an international traveler. Talking about, well, if you've been reading Born to Ride, if you've watched national television on Speed, this guy shows up everywhere in national magazines, and it's such an honor for us to have Neale Bayly, part of Born to Ride, and here today. Neale, good to see you, man. What's going on?
Hey, it's good to see you too, Ron. It's been 15 years since I first popped up on Born to Ride, and it's been a really wild ride since then, so it's really good to see you. Yep, started here with Born to Ride 15 years ago, riding around in Peru, and I just came back from Peru again. I'm riding to raise awareness for abandoned children in Peru, and aside from all the other stuff that I've been doing, riding bikes, you know, I'm sure you've been reading it in the magazine here with Ron. And I've come to Florida today. This is the first time I've been back to see Ron for about 7 years. We do a lot of conversation through email and phones, as we do now in the modern world. And today we're going down to Sarasota. We're going to go down and see the king of custom motorcycles, metric motorcycles, that is. And I'm sure as humble as Bobby Fischer is, he doesn't like being called that. But Bobby Fischer, Ron and I have both known him, well, over 10 years also, and he has become the leading expert now on custom sport bikes in America, and he's just building some of the craziest, wildest stuff.
People count on your articles, man. It really means a lot to the magazine and to our industry that we have someone like yourself to go out and test these bikes. You get to travel all over the world for these press launches, and people don't realize how much time you're on the go delivering the news to the readers and the viewers out there. So, I mean, I can't thank you enough for what you're doing for our industry. How does it make you feel, man, to be able to be a pioneer in motorcycling, motor journalism?
You know what? I think I've got 3 words to say, Ron. Born to Ride. I mean, think about it. Born to Ride, we ride motorcycles. I don't care if you're riding an Enfield, a Honda, a Harley, a Yamaha, a sport bike. We're all riding motorcycles. You know, we might think there's some differences between us, to a Harley rider, to a Honda rider, to a Yamaha guy, to a Ducati guy. The differences between us and the other people. It's still just the same as that first time I went on Born to Ride, and I'd been to Peru and I'd ridden down there. I'm still doing exactly the same thing. Maybe it looks a little different, or perhaps some of the things are more expensive, or they go faster, but yeah, we're all basically on 2 wheels and riding. And I think that's what's so great. You know, Born to Ride, you cover everybody who rides. You know, when they have the passion like we do, they're definitely born to ride.
And I see you brought the helmet. This is the helmet right here, guys. Speed Channel. He's got all the stuff on there. This is the helmet, Neale.
Well, you saw that first one I rode across India, and I don't even know how many years ago. It was 1999, I think. Yeah. And yeah, we've been a few places since, and we're still having fun, and we're still riding. So get on your bike and ride.
It's always good to work with you and Jim Miller. It's always going to be professional and a great time, and you guys always have fun too. So, people, it's an honor here today. Neale Bayly, the famous motor journalist, the famous TV star, but he got it done himself by working hard, because if you have a dream, you can make it happen. Neale's worked his way to where he is today. We're honored to have Neale Bayly here today, and man, I can't thank you enough. You guys stay tuned, because we're going to see what's happening down south at Roaring Toyz with Robert Fischer. So stay tuned right here on Born to Ride.
Hey, Bobby, how's it going?
Hey, what's happening?
Good to see you. Hey, I'm here with Bobby Fischer, America's leading custom sport bike builder. And a lot of you know Bobby. He's built some of the most radical customs in our industry. But he's got something really special today he's built with Yamaha.
Yeah, let me show it to you. What we have here, is, Neale, is the 2010 Yamaha FZ6R. This bike actually is a bike that we competed in a biker build-off, a national kind of custom bike competition. It was called the Boz Brothers Bike Show, and they went 2 rounds and they tallied the points, and the builder with the highest score won this motorcycle from Yamaha to customize, and then this bike will go on national tour in 2010 with Yamaha to all the international motorcycle bike shows, and tour the country so that it can be seen there, and riders can see what kind of stuff is available for the FZ6R.
So tell me, this is a bike, obviously, color scheme aimed at the female rider.
Yep.
You've done some stuff to this to make it more rideable. I mean, you were quite impressed by the rideability. Then what did you do to change this bike?
First thing we did is we worked real hard to develop some lowering parts, a lowering kit for this motorcycle so we could get the seat height down. And we came up with a really cool billet lowering link, and that allows the rear end of the bike to be lowered about 1.75 inches, almost 2 inches, which really for a woman rider gives her a lot more sure footing under her, allows her to sit on the bike comfortably and really get that confidence level up, which is good for them. That paired with our lowering kickstand, a little shorter kickstand, and lowering the front end of the bike a little, really gives a woman a lot sure footing, a lot better footing on the bike, and makes them comfortable. This FZ6R with the high handlebars, it's a really comfortable bike for a woman rider to throw a leg over, feel confident, and go.
Do you compromise ground clearance with this lowering thing?
It does a little bit. It does give, but there's always a little bit of give and take. It compromises some ground clearance, yet the bike is completely streetable, and I mean, it's a lot more important to have your beginner rider or female rider comfortable on the motorcycle and being able to hold the thing up. So absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of custom touches here. Walk me through some of the things you did.
Yeah, getting going on this thing. I mean, as we talked about, the very first thing was getting the bike lowered down and the billet lowering link and the billet lowering kickstand. Next thing we did is we added a set of some really sharp Performance Machine Mayhem custom wheels. These wheels are black anodized, and they're billet forged wheels. They black anodized and then contrast cut them. So I think it really adds a nice edge to the bike. Generally at Roaring Toyz, we generally put some real wide rear tires and fat rear tires on our bikes. So on this particular bike, from the factory, they're delivered with a 160 rear tire. This aftermarket wheel takes it from a 5-inch rear wheel up to a 6-inch, and we put a 180 tire on the back. Went with the Pirelli Angel ST tires, which is a really sharp tire. They've got little angels on them, and after a few miles, they turn into devils, but a good, competent tire for the bike. So it's got our traditional Roaring Toyz wide tire conversion in a way, but not too wide where we keep the bike from being completely rideable and handling well.
Did you stretch out the swing arm?
No, factory swing arm again. I mean, kind of gearing towards a woman rider. We didn't want to make the bike more difficult to ride. We wanted to keep it as a good riding bike. I tell you, I was really impressed, being that we don't work with this type level of motorcycle that often. We usually ride big bore motorcycles. So when I hopped on this bike and rode it, it was, kind of really impressed me. The bike handled well, it accelerated well, it did everything really nice, and the bike was really comfortable, really nimble. It was a much more competent bike than I would have envisioned before riding it. So it really excited me on the project and got us going on it.
Walk me through a chronological list of what you've put into the bike, starting with perhaps with the front of the bike and walking towards the back.
Yep, from front to back again, custom paint job. We kept the factory bodywork. We didn't do any real molding. One of the next things we made for this bike, we did some nice little dress-up ends, contrast cut, anodized. We just wanted to make something to match the cool wheels we put on this bike. So you got black anodized barns that are contrast cut. Coming backwards a little bit, got a nice little Roaring Toyz quick release gas cap. These caps are cool, they're easy, they're lightweight, they're lighter than stock, quick flip, quick release. Kind of nice sometimes when you're pulling up to a pump and you've got your credit card with you. You can slap it in the credit card. You don't have to pull your keys out of the ignition to go to your gas cap. You can leave your bike running, stick your card in the pump gas and go. So it makes this a nice, quick, easy little gas cap to fill and run.
So Bobby, it's great for me to get to see it in person. If someone wants to see this bike, how do they do that?
The bike will be on tour with Yamaha. It'll be going to all the different rounds of the International Motorcycle Show Tour by Advanced Star. So you'll be able to see that in, I think, 11 major cities that show tours. And you can also check it out at www.roaringtoyz.com. There we'll have a little feature on the bike with a bio and some of the different parts and accessories available for it.
Okay, thank you, Bobby. Bobby Fischer, Roaring Toyz, Sarasota, Florida. I'm here with the FZ6R. This is the project bike that's going to be on the IMS circuit this year, making the rounds. Don't forget to check it out. So, Bobby, that was awesome to learn about your FZ6R project. Not what you typically do. I'm sitting on really what you're famous for, Bobby Fischer, Roaring Toyz, really wild custom bikes. Now, tell me about the shop now. This is a new shop for you.
Yep. Yeah, basically, I mean, when we started out, we were just doing motorcycle service, repair, prep and race bikes. Along the road of turning from a repair shop into a customization shop, we realized there's a huge market for parts that didn't exist at the time, or the parts to customize these bikes were very difficult and very hard to come by and very expensive. So now we're making a morph again from just building custom sport bikes into being actually a custom parts manufacturer. So in the last few years, I've built a full CNC machine shop, and we're manufacturing parts and working with other vendors manufacturing custom parts for us and for our own lines that we private label. And we've developed a full product line of custom parts to be able to build these custom sport bikes. So now we're able to sell a whole slew of different custom parts, so a customer can basically look through our catalog and build one of these motorcycles out of our bits.
Walk me through the components of Roaring Toyz as it is today.
Well, today I've got two different basic buildings that we work out of. One would just be the fabrication, prototyping, and machine shop where we actually make the parts, develop and engineer and make the parts. And then I've got a shop we're sitting in here today that's got a very small showroom with a few of the project bikes that'll be either ours or customers or things we've done for manufacturers. And then we've got our parts inventory, our shipping department, our sales department, and a couple offices for sales and management. And then the service and repair and customization department where we actually build these motorcycles. So
you work directly with the manufacturers. Kawasaki send you bikes, i.e. the one you're sitting on, you customize them. They have a line of toys now based on that. Obviously the FZ6R project bike with Yamaha. Suzuki, you do complete custom kits. But you just started a very interesting project with a European motorcycle. Can you tell me a little bit about that one?
Yeah, we're very fortunate between our relationships through racing and working on these bikes and many years of playing with this stuff in the industry, to have some connections to be able to get our hands on some stuff a little bit early ahead of time. And we've got one of the new BMW S1000 RR Superbikes that's getting ready to be released, and really excited about that. We're doing some developmental work for that bike, beginning to engineer some chassis parts and swing arm extensions, lowering links, kickstands, the regular components that we make and add in our style so that we can bring some products to the market for that motorcycle to show its use and its ability to adapt to those different riding style environments as well. So.
Just off topic, how do you feel about seeing the growth of this custom sport bike industry since you began back 10 years ago? This industry didn't exist, and you've been one of the leaders in making it what it is today. I mean, how does that make you feel to see people creating these machines now?
Generally, people will kind of laugh at us because I'm a road racer myself, and a lot of people don't know that, but people laugh at the custom bikes because a lot of times we take away some of the performance of these motorcycles. But in my opinion, a lot of these bikes are capable of and perform and do so much more than what you can actually use on the street. Taking away some of the horsepower and taking away some of the handling, it doesn't hurt my feelings any because I can still ride one of these bikes on the street within safe limits, and it does what I need it to do. I think these bikes are really going to continue to take off, and it's been fun helping grow this industry to the point we have now, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Sitting here with Bobby Fischer at Roaring Toyz, I mean, that's a full tour of his facility, the bikes he customizes, the people he works with, the projects he's doing, some really cool stuff. The Kawasaki Z1000 project, you're the first to see it. The BMW, you're seeing it before anybody's going to see it. And we sat in on a photo shoot. I mean, I guess this has been a full day. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you, Neil. It's nice to see you come down as well, man. It's really cool getting started out 10 years ago. You doing my first custom bike to where we are today it's a pretty neat deal. And in between, I've gotten to read various magazines of you traveling around the world. I saw where you get to ride Valentino Rossi's actual MotoGP bike, which I was reading the pages, drooling, really jealous. So, while I was over here playing with motorcycles, you've been traveling literally all around the world and riding all kinds of cool bikes and doing your journalism thing, and that's been really exciting to watch as well. Keep up the good work.